REED-BBS, Black Burp Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies, Televisión, Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts, Daniel Dubois. Disappointing, my man. First of all, let me state for the record, I was wrong. I predicted Dubois KO 5. That did not happen. All respect and credit to Joyce. He stopped Dubois in the 10th round. Can't take anything from that. My man is still slow as frozen molasses and stiffer than an arthritic robot. But he's got a hell of a beard, and he showed a very effective jab in this fight against Dubois. On the slow tip, though, and the chin tip, my man is so slow. Whenever a punch is thrown at him, he tries to roll with it, but he's slow, so he doesn't end up rolling until the punch is already connected. And because he's moving his head and trying to roll with it, and shoulders and all of that are moving simultaneously, plus he's crouching and dipping, it makes him appear to be knocked off balance or maybe even hurt or buzzed more than is actually the case. No, that happens because this motherfucker's that slow. He's trying to roll with punches, which is smart, which you should do. Unfortunately, he rolls a tad too late. As soon as the punch hits him, he's rolling and again crouching, moving his shoulders. But you're supposed to roll right before the point of impact. Joyce has not picked that up yet, but hey, work in progress, you know. The jab, it closed Dubois' left eye completely, and it gave Joyce distance to be able to fire off the jab, and just kept Dubois from just boldly walking into him. My thing is, it's not that Dubois lost. People win, people lose fights. That's the nature of the beast and of the game. I don't like how Dubois lost. That's what's disappointing to me. There's a quote, and I'm paraphrasing it, from Evander Holyfield. He says, people like boxing because fighters do things that they themselves either can't do or are afraid to do. So sure, was I in the ring? No. Was that my eyes swollen? No, I don't know how that felt. At the same time, you, me, or anybody else watching could get in the ring and quit in a boxing match. That doesn't take heart. That doesn't take skill. Doesn't take talent. Doesn't take bravery to give up on yourself in the middle of a boxing ring. This doesn't have to define Daniel Dubois. It doesn't have to. You know, the rest of his career will prove that one way or the other. But Roberto Duran, no mask against Sugar Ray Leonard in the rematch. He overcame it. Hell, from there, he went on to beat the shit out of Davey Moore. He took an embarrassing L to Tommy Hearns, but he got in there with him. He didn't quit. Gave Marvin Hagler a tough go, and then beat Iran Barkley in a fight he had no business winning, at a weight class he had no business being at. But so Duran recovered from that. Vitaly Klitschko, brother of Vladimir, he was ahead in a fight against Chris Bird, who really wasn't a physical threat to him. But per Klitschko, one of his shoulders was messed up, and he had surgery and whatnot. But to this day, people still don't let him live that down to a degree, even though his fight against Lennox Lewis, he showed so much heart and courage that it kind of died down somewhat. But we'll see how Joyce, or not Joyce, but Daniel Dubois, we'll see how he responds from this. Here's my thing, though. What he'll learn, if he hasn't already, it would have been easier to suck it up and get through those last 2 rounds against Joyce, or at least try to, than he'll find it to be to overcome this quitter label. My man took a jab to the eye. He pawed his eye. He took 1 or 2 coherent, steady steps backwards, willingly took a knee. He was aware of the count, because as soon as the ref got to 10, Daniel Dubois raised up on steady legs and walked to his corner. He didn't want any more. Simple as. Again, I ain't saying I could do that, but I ain't the one beating my chest saying I'm gonna be the future world heavyweight champion either. You know what I'm saying? I would bet Dubois already regrets what he did, and from this point forward, we'll see exactly what he's made of. REED-BBS, Black Burp Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies, Televisión, Fred Sanford of the fistic arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.